What is up, my friends? One of my lifelong passions is spices and spice rubs. And today I want to go over applying dry rubs to meat and even other foods like tofu. So I'm going to cover the 3 most popular ways plus 2 additional ones that you may have not tried yet. And let's see how it goes. Hey, since we're trying different methodologies, what we're trying to do is keep the other factors consistent. So the meat I'm going to be using for the spice rub is going to be chicken thighs across the board. We're not using any other kind of meat. And then for the spice rub, I'm going to use the same kind of spice rub. So we're isolating the different methods. For our dry rub today, I'm using one of my personal favorites, and that is the Red Wolf barbecue rub. We're going to start first with the 3 main ways that's usually used by barbecue aficionados. The first is the most simple, and that is water. The whole idea with all these different rubs is to basically be able to apply the rubs to your meat or whatever food you're using. I'm going to transfer this over to a wire rack baking pan. So I'm going to throw this in the oven, and that's going to allow for better air circulation instead of it just sitting on there. All right, this next method is even more common, and that is the use of oil. Now, I caution you against using extra virgin olive oil. Usually the whole point of extra virgin olive oil is that it has personality. If what you want is the dry rub to shine through, sometimes certain olive oils will get in the way of that. I prefer for this methodology to use a neutral oil. So we're going to apply the oil here and just kind of spread it around until it has a kind of a light glaze of oil. I'm going to add the rub, sort of patting it in, turn it over, and kind of give it a good healthy sprinkle. Now I'm going to put this over to the wire rack. If you are a part of the barbecuing world and the smoking world, this probably does not come as a surprise to you. Just prepared mustard to do your base for your dry rub. It's another cool methodology to use on your smoked or roasted or barbecued meats. So I've had great success with doing this method on a pork shoulder. That's come out amazing. And even though you don't get a pronounced flavor of mustard, you do get a nice little counterpoint to the spice and sweetness that you get from your barbecue rub. Once you feel like you've got your desired level of coverage for the dry rub, I'm going to move it to the dry rack here. And also, because it's an experiment, I'm doing it in clockwise order so that I remember which method I used. One application base that you may have not tried yet is peanut butter. You want to mix it with a little bit of warm water so that it's going to be kind of spreadable. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to kind of spread it around, make sure we get a light glaze all sides of the meat. Come on, dude! Another option that you may not have tried before is tahini, which is a paste made out of sesame seeds. But remember that just like a good nut butter, you're going to have separation in the oil. What you want to do is mix that up before proceeding. There we go. I'm going to prep a tofu block here. So that's going to be our non-meat option. A lot of these barbecue rubs can be used on things besides meat. So now I'm going to repeat the same exact process with tofu. Let's send these to the oven. In we go. Hey, do you like some awesome dry rubs, top quality curry blends, and some amazing chili powders? Visit my spice shop. Oh yeah, that smells really good. Okay, we are good to go. We're going to start with the water-based rub on the chicken. The rub is delicious. Okay, we are now on to the oil-based application. Also good. Moving on to the mustard. Slightly crunchier crust, good moisture. All right, we are now on to the peanut butter sauce, if you will. We added some water. The peanut butter didn't add as a strong peanut flavor as I expected. It really added another depth and creaminess of flavor that I really enjoyed. That was good. This is the tahini. The tahini addition is very subtle. It creates a great crust, but you're still just tasting the rub. You're not really tasting any of the tahini. If you're grating things on the crust, then it's a great addition. If you're spending extra money just for the flavor, it's not really adding a whole lot. Here's what I found. I used chicken thighs for the meat version and tofu for the vegetarian version. What I found is that the oil version performed the best across all of them. The mustard, the tahini, and the peanut butter created a thicker crust. I would say the water worked okay for chicken thighs, but I cannot imagine it doing the same for a leaner cut of meat. I would say the leaner you get with your meat, the obvious answer is an oil base before you put your rub on. Now, with a more balanced cut of meat, like say a pork shoulder or a chicken thigh, you can actually use pretty much all of them and pretty much get good results. Personally, I would recommend the oil. It worked best for me. It's really versatile across all types of material that you're using. However, if you're trying to avoid the fat and whatnot, then the other methods are worth considering, but you will get a drier result.